Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, happy. I know I was gonna do sleep in, but Loki was whining to go outside, so I'm up. Not like the best up, but I'm up. So, how's everybody this morning? How was Friday for you? Friday was like, all right, so I went to the DMV, right? I go pull out all the paperwork that Kendall stuck in my purse to get everything changed over. Loki ate half my birth certificate. So I wasn't able to get my driver's license changed over. So I have to now go get my birth certificate. I got to go do notary today on a piece of paper so that way I could scan it in to Torrance, California so I can get my birth certificate. And it's going to cost $51. So Loki ate a very expensive object. Yeah, man. So, and it's funny because like you can see his teeth print, and I didn't see it when I left the house. And out of all the paperwork in there, he didn't touch the social security card. He didn't touch the deed to the house. Nothing. The marriage certificate. Nothing. But he was like, "Oh, let me eat this birth certificate because it's pink." So, um, yeah. So there's that. So that's not the best. So oh, I'm glad that you started watching. Yeah, and it was really awkward because I didn't want to be. I was like, my dog ate my birth certificate, and the guy was like, ha ha ha. I remember telling my teacher that in school. I'm like, yeah, but this is Loki. Um, so yeah. Oh, just in case you're wondering, because normally you guys see my hair in a bun or up, but there are videos when I first started Captain Log where I will wear a protective bonnet. This is called a silk wrap that you wrap your hair up so that when you go to bed, your curls stay intact and it prevents friction and prevents breakage. Cotton sheets, even Egyptian cotton, when you wear, you have, even if you have straight hair, it absorbs the moisture from your hair. Can make your hair feel dry or brittle or lead to flyaways or breakage. So in the black culture, we use bonnets to protect our hair and our styles. So this one is a silk one. This one is from a lady on Etsy, and she uses mulberry silk and raw silk. She also embroiders, and she does a wonderful job. And I've been using her for the past 10 years, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why my hair is super healthy is because I wrap it up. And I wrap it up during the day too. If I'm not going to go anywhere, like I'm not going anywhere today, then it's just going to chill up in this, and it's out of my face, out of my hair, out of my thing. I have a lot of hair. So I get hot like around my neck, face area, and then it looks like I have rosacea starting to come when I get overheated. My cheeks get really red. And if you see me in person, you probably have seen this before. My cheeks will get red and then my neck will get red. So I usually put my hair up. Or I'll put it up in a pineapple, which is a high loose ponytail, but I preferably like these silk wraps because I have them in a platitude of colors and they're just fun to put on. I did. I showed him, and then the guy was like, "There's nothing we could do." The thing is that you could see my dad's name, you could see my mom's name on there, but like where my dad was from, you couldn't see. My mom was born in Germany because she was an army brat, so you couldn't see where my dad was from and like above that. So there was nothing they could do, even though the sill was still on there. It was like, oh, I waited 30 minutes and I had no idea when I went in there that he ate it. Like when I took out everything to show them, that's when I was like, oh shoot. So I started the process. I think I'm gonna go do the notary today at UPS so I can scan it in and get the process started on Monday. But that thing costs $51. And it takes 20 up to 20 business days for them to give it to you. And I'm just like, If it ain't one thing, it's another, right? But it could be fixed, so why stress over it? Loki's Loki. Everything happens for a reason. A car seat? Ooh, yeah. Loki likes to eat socks, and I cannot tell you how many times. Basically, our vet has us having hydrogen peroxide around so we can try to induce vomiting to get the socks out because they can't digest cotton like that. So he likes to eat socks, and then sometimes if he comes into my room, he likes to take not the little spools, but the spools that cost like a big like this. These ain't they're not cheap. He'll start chewing on these, and then Kendall will try to rescue it by trying to unravel all of it and to where it's not chewed up. And it's just that's the only thing he eats of mine, and it drives me nuts because these aren't cheap. I buy really good I always buy Amon threads, and they can cost like anywhere from 16 to $40 depending on the weight. Like this one is 210 weight. So you see how thick this thread is? So this one cost a pretty penny. This one probably cost me 40 bucks. It all depends on the weight. I've already told you guys that is my one obsession. I think that's the main reason for me to have an industrial, not getting over thick layers like everyone says. I like thick thread. I feel like thick thread makes certain bags pop. But at the same time, I like thin thread, and that's when I'm on my baby Juki, and I'm doing that too. I don't know. But yeah, that's what happened. $50. And then it's $51. That includes the shipping, the priority mail shipping. So but you don't have a choice over the mail process. That which I found interesting. I'm not mad because I will want a priority mail because what if it gets a snail mail or something or I went to the wrong address, then I have to do all this again and it's easy for them to track. Can't get mail. I was mad yesterday. I was very frustrated. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not shoot. I already told you alter ego is Hulk. Um I understand his character on a platitude of different levels. When you're mad and you just want to Hulk out. I was mad. But it is what it is. But I did, yeah, yesterday was interesting. I had a couple different people message me for commissions for bags, and it just made me realize how much I want this printer that for fabrics because there is certain scenes that they want that would look better with cotton than sublimation or vice versa. I could do it with sublimation, but the people when people do custom bags, they go down to the nitty-gritty, like, they want, leather, cork, suede, whatever, so today I'm trying to debate if I'm gonna do a strike or if I'm going to do a bag that I wanna do for AwesomeCon. Um, I haven't figured it out. There's a Spider-Man bag that I wanna make with, doing all the Spider-Man patches, and then there's also a Moon Knight that I wanna do, a Captain Marvel bag, and I have, like, this purple Floral Wars that's with Ahsoka and I'm thinking a Betty Bowler with that would be super hot. I did one like that before, and I have some different techniques from the one that I made 2 years ago, so I love to remake a bag that I made 2 years ago that sold really well, that I can remake to make it look better. But I also have this beautiful vinyl from Backstitch. Backstitch this round has, if you go to them, they have the 90s prints. So you guys need to look. If you're into the Powerpuff Girls, um, if you're into Rugrats, if you're into Cat Dog, Doodle Bob, all SpongeBob SquarePants, if you're like that Nickelodeon kid that was in the 90s, like humming Doug and stuff, you're going to be loved Backstitch around. But what they also have is some really cool solids and suedes. There's a suede that I made yesterday. It's called Storm. I made it into a Ravenclaw bag because I am surrounded by Ravenclaws. Like surrounded. And that bag is hot. I'm not gonna lie to you. It made me almost want to go be like, I'm part Ravenclaw. That bag is hot. I did it off of the current modifications that we're doing in my Patreon platform. And that bag is hot. I think like when we were taking pictures, people were asking for it. I feel like that is going to be me and my daughter do like the top 10 bags that are going to sell first at AwesomeCon. That will be in my top 10 because this is so simplistic, but such a statement piece. Like it will get you stopped where people are going to ask you where you got that bag, but it's not gaudy. You know what I'm saying? That is like, that is awesome. So, birth certificates in NYC is $15. Damn. It's California. Torrance, California is where I was born. Inflation is real. Okay. Um, yeah. And then I have questions for my parents because my dad's name on my birth certificate is Johnny, and his birth name is John. Is John. Do an Erica Bowler bag at 100%. I do. I always do what I do the regular size. I have not done the 80%. I know Lauren Mormido does an 80% bowler bag and the sheet actually widens it. Like so, because I think the depth is like 3 or 4 inches on a regular one. I think she makes it 6 and it looks adorable. It looks like it's just so pudgy. I personally like the normal size. I think if it's like the perfect everyday bag. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's just right to me. It is a good seller for me. People really love that bag. So I'm debating if I'm going to do my Erica Bowler bag or if I'm going to do a Betty Bowler. A part of me wants to do an Erica Bowler with it because it is so. I can make an Erica Bowler in like 4 hours from cut to finish, and that's with me playing around and doing whatever else I want to it. But yeah, I love that bag. Erica Bowler bag is like one of my go-to bags. I also want to make the Gracie bag. I don't have the pattern by me. The Gracie bag by Shambhala. I make that bag. I always make it into a Star Trek bag, and that bag sells for me every time too. It's smaller than it looks, um, but it's pretty mighty. Um, so yeah, that's basically all I've been doing this morning is listening to my puppy one because my son is at a sleepover with his cousin, my nephew, and Loki doesn't like when someone's out of the house and everybody else is in the house. So he's whining and crying. So he's with his dad right now, like cuddled up in bed. Um, and I'm about to get into the nitty gritty and start making stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. If I make the Erica Bowler bag, I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. Also, I'm going to show you guys the Barbie bag tomorrow. I don't know where Kendall put it. I think he's starting to put all the bags I'm going to use for the convention into the bins, so that way I can start tagging and bagging. Um, because as soon as it hits March 1st, I will have literally 7 days before the convention. Yeah, it's coming upon. I have this weekend and next weekend to get everything in order, and then the following weekend after that is the convention, and I'm really excited. I know I'm going to be super busy. If anybody does come by, you can stop by and say hi. If I'm not like my normal chatty self, it's because I'm in sell mode. Sell mode Shinova is like business, but also trying to enjoy the process of AwesomeCon. AwesomeCon is on March, I think it's March 8th. I just verified the hotel too, so I think it's March 8th through 10th. So if you guys see me, you can stop by the booth and definitely say hi. I'm gonna be by the Star Wars, the Star Wars experience, which is really cool for me because I'm like, yes, there are so many guests that are gonna be there. We have, if you look at the guest list, it is crazy. They have even like the original Power Rangers, like 2 of them are gonna be there. They're gonna have like the Daredevil cast. They're all of most of the cast for Ahsoka is gonna be there. The guest list is pretty cool. They're gonna have Josie and the Pussycats. They're gonna be there. It's a huge guest list, so I'm expecting there's going to be a huge turnout, and it's going to be extremely fun and extremely busy. And that's how you like a convention. You like a convention that's busy because that means it's constant traffic and people just purchasing and supporting small businesses, and that means the absolute world to me. Oh, the Barbie blue bag. Thank you. I'll show you guys that tomorrow. I love that bag. I'm not a pink girl. I generally don't gravitate to it, but I'm actually trying something different this year. Normally my tablecloths are baby blue or teal because I'm obsessed. This is my favorite color, blue. I usually have this blue for my thing, and somebody told me, I was reading in an article, that if you sell at conventions or you sell at like markets or whatever, to if you're selling more feminine stuff, to have pink tablecloths, that women and more people that more are more tapped into their more feminine qualities gravitate to pink. So I'm going to try this theory to see how it works. I'm always looking for new ways to improve my selling tactics. So, you know. Yes, there's a lot of old school stars that are going to be there. Which Harry? Oh, the Harry Potter bag that I made. I can show it to you guys on Monday, because it is a strike for uh backstitch, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. The suede that I use, the faux suede that they use from that, I am gonna go broke buying more of it. Hands down, one of the best suedes I've ever worked with. Sometimes when you get faux suedes, there's color transfer onto your hands sometimes, because I think the way they do the dye process to make it have the shadows, the crinkle, the depth of this a suede, that vinyl sometimes has like a color transfer. And with that, what I usually have to do when I get a roll is I usually dampen it with water and then put a old white towel or a baking sheet cloth over it and let it absorb whatever color before I make anything. Because if you work with it and then you put it away, someone buys the bag and then the faux suede color rubs off on their clothes, they can get pissed off at you, and rightfully so, because you just sold them a product that damaged their clothes. So I was really surprised when I tested this faux suede out and there was no color transfer on my hands or when I did alcohol wipe. And that was amazing to me. I like whoever Amber goes through for her vending, they did her right and she listened to us in reference to that. That faux suede is the best faux suede I've ever worked with. It really does look like it really does look like suede. It is a gorgeous color. What pattern? Oh no. Oh, the modification. No, no, no. That what I do in Patreon is just for Patreon. It has nothing to do with my channel or whatever. I don't make patterns. What happens is as a group, we vote for a pattern and then I make modifications and then we make it together. We break it down into 3 sessions and we make it together. This month we chose the Tuesday tote from um Not a Threads Co. And oh my gosh, because Shannon, I could do a whole year of modifying Shannon's Tuesday tote. That bag is like goals. But when we were able to make it into a Chelsea bag, and I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with it. I've already made it like 3 times for 2 different strikes. It is a great mod. It's one of my favorite mods. My favorite mod is the Everyday Tote, and I think my Patreon people know that. But this one comes in close second. Let's see. Yes, does Waywax DST have a strong odor? Yes. It does have it goes away, but yes, it does. It has like this, I like the smell of it. I don't know what's wrong with me, Patricia. Jay, not yet. I think it's like once a day, twice a day is normal for everybody. I have not played any Legend Adventures games, but I do get people commissioning me to make bags off of characters that are in there. I know. Oh my God. Julie, you've seen the bag though. And Kindle took better pictures. I love that bag. That is like, that has to be my in the top 3 of my favorite modifications that we have done on Patreon. Let's see. So I'm gonna probably hop off and start working on something today, something fun. Probably not strike because that can be overwhelming. I did film a video. There will be a video out from Toby Styles on Monday, and her bag looks like a Burberry bag. So it's a very high-end Lush bag. And I did use non-Fandom fabric, so that should be interesting for you guys. Hey baby, what's up, big head? Um, yeah. I'm still mad at Loki a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so the fabric that I used on my bag, this came from Sam's Creations. And she's in Canada. Isn't this lush? This is so beautiful. So yeah, this is it. So I used this one in the video, and I used a plain gray that I got from Fabric Wholesale Direct. I usually try to use my vinyls from there so that way everyone has it accessible. And I really do like Fabric Wholesale vinyl, minus the fish smell. God, their vinyl smells so horrible. What's heavy paper called for in Zaya? Heavy paper? I'm not too sure what you're referencing. In Zaya, they usually it's usually heavy, so like stabilizer, like you can use Decovil heavy, or you can use bag stiffener. That emoji does not look like you love the plaid bag. All right, I'm gonna hop off real quick, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope everyone has a really good Saturday, and I will talk to y'all later. Lynette, just message me. Bye. Yeah, it's from Tandy, the bag stiffener. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.